Welcome to Scorpio Soul Time. I'm Ronique, and I appreciate you joining me here on my YouTube channel. Every lunation cycle, you and I get together. We discuss what is going on up in the heavens. If you haven't noticed already on Scorpio Soul Time, we have a lot of new videos for you. I've been really trying to listen to my followers, and many of you have said that you like the all signs readings. So I'm going to start incorporating that into the lunation cycle videos. So if you haven't noticed, down in the playlist, there is a month ahead for October. Please look at your sun, moon, and rising, as well as I just did a 10/10 portal video. I am shooting this actually on 10/10 for the Aries full moon that we're going to talk about. And there's also just like a lot of new content for there's some premieres coming up for learning how to do beginning tarot. There's a new justice spread tarot that I think is live now. There'll be another one for a week ahead. So just a lot of new content for you all. Please let me know if you all are interested in any other type of videos and if these are resonating with you. Okay, so today we are going to talk about the full moon in Aries that occurs on October 20th at 10:57 a.m. and that is Eastern Standard Time. And at this full moon, we have the sun sitting at 27 degrees and 26 minutes of Libra, and across the sky is the moon in Aries at 27 degrees and 26 minutes. So they are sitting opposite of each other, and the sun is illuminating what is going on here with the moon in Aries. And so since Aries is the first zodiac sign, but remember, since we are all the way at the end at that 27th degree, there's going to be this kind of tug of war, if you will, between like new beginnings of like with that Aries energy wanting to go, it's ruled by Mars. So there's going to be a lot of this like very vibrant, wanting to do things. This might be a good motivational time if you're trying to figure out getting energy behind, a new workout or something like that. But there's going to be this tug of war because now we are at the ending degrees. So with that full moon, you might get illuminated messages around things that you've been trying too hard and nothing is working, or you need to pivot into a different direction. So just keep that in mind with this sun and moon opposition at the full moon. We also have Mercury here at 10 degrees and 29 minutes of Libra. So we still have like quite a few. We have 3 planets sitting in Libra. So we're still talking about relationships and creating a balance. With Mercury, remember, we're also like talking about communication, striking a balance with others, whether it's colleagues at work, whether it's relationships with a loved one or your family members. And remember, with that Mars energy, we really have a lot of like fiery energy going on. So I want you to keep that in mind as we go through the month of October, as well as we near this October 20th full moon, but then literally going into November, lots of fiery energy. Also at this new time, at this full moon, Mercury stationed direct on October 18th, 2 days before this full moon. So we might start getting more information around messages and themes that came up during Mercury retrograde. You may now start getting clarity, especially since this is a full moon. So you might get more information that you were looking for. You're going to start seeing the speed of things pick up in our world because the planets now are all starting to move direct. We had on that 10/10 portal, we had Saturn now moving direct, Pluto is moving direct. So there's lots of momentum here at this full moon in Aries. And lastly, on October 21st, the day after this full moon, Mars will square Pluto, and on October 30th, Mars will enter Scorpio. So just keep all of those energies in mind, because as we move through October and into November, we're going to have a lot of fiery energy. And that's also why I wanted to pull this moonology card for this full moon in Aries. And I like how it says a fiery climax approaches. So just keep that in mind as you are making your goals, thinking through how you're going through your daily life. If you're finding like you're a little more heated and people around you are kind of like snappy and just like flying off at the handle, or tempers are, you know, really high, keep that in mind, because this Aries energy wants to go. Mars is now, you know, going to be very much at the forefront of a lot of things that we're doing. So keep that in mind and try to just keep your own energies in check. And if you haven't noticed yet, I always try to put the card here of whatever sign we're on. It helps you be able to flip through as well as look at the timestamps below of where we're at with the signs. Okay, so I want you to put your intentions toward what it is you need information around, Libra, at this full moon in Aries, and let's see what comes up for you. And hopefully, Libras, you all have had a good birthday. I know this is your birthday month, your solar return month. So in the past, you have the Ace of Cups in reverse. And in the future, you have the Ace of Wands. That Ace of Wands is perfect for the Aries full moon. So you have lots of positive energy coming in from the universe. Let's start off with the Ace of Cups. For the Ace of Cups upright, usually it is a symbol or a message from the gods or the universe giving you this energy of emotional well-being. You can see these fish here. So there may be a Pisces that is in your life, possibly a Scorpio or a Cancerian, trying to give some kind of emotional, loving wealth to you. Since it is in the reverse position, in the past, possibly you were dealing with some kind of emotional healing from someone. Maybe you've had more intuitive messages. With that said, moving into this Aries full moon, especially with this Ace of Wands, you can see this fiery wand, and I love how it has this rooster, because it's almost like something is like going to call you into, you know how roosters like call out, you know, cock-a-doodle-doo, like there's some kind of message coming for you, Libra, at this full moon in Aries, because there definitely is this fiery energy, but there's almost like, since it's the Ace of Wands, it's like the gods or the universe is like opening up some kind of passion project for you. You're going to be fired up, ready to go, and maybe this emotional energy from the past is going to fuel you for the future. So this is looking like a really positive full moon in Aries for you, Libra. So good luck, and let me know how that goes. Hi Scorpio, welcome to your full moon in Aries reading. We are going to see how this energy is going to play out for you. Scorpios, I think this is going to be a really interesting time with all this Mars energy, which Mars is our ruling planet. I say ours because I am a sun and moon Scorpio, so I resonate with you all a lot. So let's see what this is going to mean for Scorpios. And Mars does move into our sign of Scorpio at the end of October. So very interesting time for Scorpios. So in the past, we have Page of Wands. So possibly some information has been given to you. And in the future, we have the Queen of Cups. So that's really positive energy moving into our season next month, into Scorpio season. So let's see what the Page of Wands. So it was in reverse. The Page of Wands is like this symbol of young energy, especially with those wands that usually is passion or some kind of fiery energy. This could be going back to Leo season, I'm sensing. So maybe you got some messages back in late July into August. But I'm also getting this energy, since it was in reverse, maybe a young person or messages around something dealing with your children. Maybe there was some kind of project that you're just trying to get off trying to get started and you just haven't been able to get traction. I do feel like moving into this Aries full moon, there is this message of almost like be patient, use your intuition. The Queen of Cups is kind of like that motherly energy of like, be patient, but also tap into your emotional side. Tap into, like, if you have any water energy with you. Scorpios, we are naturally intuitive, but you might also have some Pisceans or Cancerians in your life that are maybe a motherly figure that might help you with this project that you were starting to launch back in that Leo season. So I think this is going to be a positive time for you. I just want you to remember, like, this Queen of Cups, especially with this like beautiful swan, there's almost like this energy of like, be patient, you know, kind of take like a more motherly, intuitive stance as opposed to being so fired up. And especially as we move into this, you know, all this Mars energy, tap into that intuition so that you're not getting fired up unnecessarily. Okay, Scorpio, this looks like a really good Aries and full moon time for us. So I look forward to hearing how yours goes. Hi, Sagittarius. Welcome to your Aries and full moon reading. Let's pull a past and a future card and see how this energy plays out for you. Sagittarius, with you all being a fire sign, this can be a really interesting energy for you as you all, as we maneuver through this Aries full moon with all that fire energy. So let's see how it plays out for you all. Okay, so in the past, you have a 5 of Cups. So there is something that you were dwelling on, some kind of maybe emotional pain in the past. And in the future, you have the Death card in reverse. So Sagittarius, there's something that maybe you were disappointed about, possibly you can see all this blue. So there definitely was some type of either dealing with emotional healing, maybe someone hurt you, or maybe you were concentrating too much on the emotional side as opposed to realizing that maybe there was something else you should have been focused on. This little red ribbon here that he's holding on to almost symbolizes like you were holding on to a glimmer of hope possibly, but you didn't really see it because you were focused on the cups that were spilled as opposed to the ones that are sitting upright. And then in the future, you have the Death card in reverse. Lots of blue. Do you see how it's like blues and purples? So to me, that is symbolizing like going within, like there's some kind of intuitive messages that have probably been coming to you, but you haven't been heeding them. The Death card in the upright position, this is an interesting depiction because in the Rider-Waite tarot deck, it's usually like this skeleton in armor coming in on a horse. There's some kind of deep renewal that is necessary within yourself, like something has come to an end and you need to rebirth it in a different way. With this one, you can see this skeleton head, but then there are these like green glimmers of like branches or leaves growing, as if to say like it's time to sprout anew. And with it in reverse, it's almost like you don't want to let go of something. You're still maybe focused on something from the past. And I think the universe is telling you in this full moon in Aries season, you're going to have to let go of something. I want you to look at that 1010 portal video that is here on Scorpio Soul Time, because I think that you might get some more insight as to what it is you need to have let go of and what it is you need to move forward in this Mars energy to be able to get a much clearer idea of what it is that you've been maybe focusing on too long, and it's time to release it and move on. Okay, Sagittarius, good luck in your Aries full moon. Hi, Capricorn. Welcome to your Aries and full moon reading. Oh, did I say? Oh, yeah, Capricorn. Thank you for joining me, Capricorn. We are in a time right now, especially with many of the earth signs. Oops, your card just fell out. Look at that, the Hierophant. So maybe some kind of control or some body in terms of government, a boss, something is going to come into play at this Aries full moon for you. I was going to say the earth signs are definitely going to be seeing some movement when we move into November with that Taurus. We actually have an eclipse in Taurus. So I was just going to say Capricorns and Taurus and Virgo. Oops, another card fell out. So in the past, you have the 10 of Wands. So something that you're needing to let go of. You've been carrying too much on your shoulders. So I was just going to say with that earth energy, keep in mind, like as we move into November, Capricorn, to be looking out for any kind of themes around your finances, resources that come up in November. That was just an intuitive thing that just came to me. All right, and in the future, you have the Strength card. So you actually have two major arcana cards that came out, Strength and the Hierophant and the 10 of Wands. So the Hierophant is usually a Pope, or sometimes it's called the Pope, but it's usually like a figure that has to do with rules, regulations. It can be a boss or maybe the institution of where you work. It can also be the church. It can be anyone who has like laws or rules or things that you have to follow. So in this Aries full moon time, it looks like you have been carrying the burden of too many people. It looks like, especially with Wands in that fire energy, that is right in line with that Aries energy. So Capricorn, be careful of carrying too much of a load this season, especially moving into the future with the Strength card in reverse. If the Strength card was upright, it usually is, you know, her trying to tame this bear and having like this balance between like using too much strength versus like, you know, being too passive. But since it's in reverse, I'm getting this energy of you've been carrying too much on your shoulders and you don't have enough balance. And so as we go through this, especially because Libra sun is still very potent, very much, it's almost like there's a lot of Libra energy here telling you you need to balance and stay focused because you've been carrying too much on your shoulders. And this Strength card in the reverse is saying if you don't take some of these wands, if you don't, there's a cycle ending since it's a 10. If you don't get this part together, you're never going to get in balance. So keep that in mind, especially if it has to do with something with work. I'm really sensing with that Hierophant card, it's almost like you've been maybe working too hard. And if you don't figure out how to either ask your boss for some time off or, you know, ask, you know, if at home, you know, your spouse or whomever, ask them if they could take the kids for a few hours so you can go, you know, run some errands or take some time to yourself. You're going to have some issues with trying to regain strength in this Aries full moon time. Okay, Capricorn, have a good season. Aquarius, welcome to your Aries and full moon reading. Let's see how the energies are playing out for you at this Aries full moon. And Aquarius, you all just had Saturn move direct in your sign. So you may have some additional energies that have started coming to you since that October 10th 1010 portal. I invite you to watch that 1010 portal video here on Scorpio Soul Time because I think there's some extra potent information in there for Aquarius since Saturn did move direct. Okay, so we have the 3 of Cups in reverse. So possibly some kind of celebrations were supposed to be had, but maybe had to be delayed in the past. And then in the future, you have the 7 of Wheels or the 7 of Pentacles. So that is some energy of something you were trying to sow or you're trying to plant seeds in the future. So let's look at these. So for the 3 of Cups, if it was in the upright position, there's this energy of you and maybe some friends or some colleagues, family members having a good time celebrating in the past. But since it was in reverse, it's almost like maybe there was a delay. Maybe you were supposed to have had some kind of celebration with your friends, but you know, something had to get delayed, maybe due to, you know, lockdowns and those type of things, or restrictions. Maybe you weren't able to celebrate like you would have liked to. But I am sensing that there's something around you planting seeds around either your work, or you're trying to get some kind of money. You're trying to get some kind of resources here. With these three birds almost like eating what you're putting down, and you're trying to grow. There's almost like this sense of whoever these people were in the past that you were trying to celebrate with, maybe they're trying to go in with you on some kind of business deal, but it just hasn't taken root. Like it's almost like you put some seeds down and then they get eaten quickly. So I want you to think through, at this Aries full moon, there may be some kind of messages coming out that gets illuminated once, now that the Mercury is going direct. I think you're going to start getting some messages about how you can maybe get some traction from the past, and maybe be able to get to a point where these seeds that you're actually trying to sprout will actually fruition, because it's kind of like you're taking 2 steps forward and then you're taking like 3 steps back. Like you don't feel like you're getting any traction with this 7 of Pentacles. And we definitely want you to be able to plant seeds, and then of course have them sprout, and you be able to, like, you know, turn into like the 9 of Pentacles, where the woman is in her garden and enjoying the fruits of her labor, but you don't feel like that yet. So take some heed during this full moon in Aries on October 20th. And I want you to also pay attention as we move into November, because I think that there might be some information for you that starts getting illuminated at the end of October. Okay? All right. Thank you, Aquarius. Hi, Pisces. Welcome to your full moon in Aries reading. Let's see what is happening for you at this time. We're going to do a past and a future pull, and let's see what is going on with you. Make sure you watch your sun, moon, and rising to see how this energy plays out for you. So in the past, you have the Queen of Swords in reverse. So maybe someone or you has had some kind of stiff lesson that you need to be taught, or you're teaching someone else. And you have the 10 of Wands. 10 of Wands keeps coming up for a few of the signs, so this really makes sense with that Mars energy. But let's look at the Queen of Swords. So in the past, if the Queen of Swords was upright, she is this woman who, you can see her with all her armor. She makes swift decisions. This is all like mental energy. Maybe you've been thinking through something in the past that maybe didn't go the way you wanted, since it was in reverse. This could have been a female boss. This could be you, or this could be just the energy of possibly an air sign, of someone in your realm of just like making swift decisions, not really asking, whatever they say goes. And I feel like you're kind of getting tired of it, if that makes sense. Like this 10 of Wands is like you've been carrying too much on your shoulders, you're blindfolded, you don't really know what you're going. You feel like you're being almost like misled in ways. You're tired of almost like this person being too hard on you, or maybe this is you being too hard on someone else. So there definitely is this energy at this Aries full moon. Remember I was saying at the beginning of the video of like tensions being very high. I can feel like there's like a lot of tension. Like you can see that red and fire like in the background, and you're just like burdened with all of this worry and all of these problems. And maybe you have like a boss who's not very understanding, or this is you not being very understanding of like your peers or your employees. So just remember in this time, Pisces, like you might be taking on too much, and you might need to drop some of these wands so that you can start a new cycle. With this 10 of Wands, I want you all to go watch the 1010 portal that is on Scorpio Soul Time video. You might get some insight for your sign as well, because since this is a 10, it is an ending of a cycle, and you might get more insight as to what you need to step into and what you need to leave behind from this 10 of Wands. Hi Aries, welcome to your full moon reading. This is all in your sign, Aries. So you all are really experiencing like a lot of movement. There could be a lot of tension that comes up since this is like in your sign. So let's pull a past and present and see what energies you are working with, Aries, in your full moon. Okay, Aries, so in the past, you have the Page of Cups in reverse. So some kind of messages or intuition possibly has come to you that maybe you haven't been paying attention to. And in the future, you have the Three of Wands, which makes a lot of sense. I assumed that a wand would come up in your reading since you all are the fire. So let's look at the Page of Cups. I'm going to tell you right now, with both of these cards in reverse, you all are almost like you're competing or fighting against the current, if that makes sense. Like you all aren't like in sync with how the energies are going. I can sense that too, because with the Page of Cups, some kind of intuitive messages have been trying to get to you. Maybe a person was trying to send you messages that you weren't really heeding. Because also I can see with the Three of Wands, the Three of Wands is usually like you're trying to go after something. I'm going to turn these upright so you can see what they normally would be. So usually like this is like someone trying to give you a message. This could be a loved one, but you weren't really paying attention since it was in reverse. And with the Three of Wands, you can see like this man is like trying to reach for something. He's trying to get to a place, but he just hasn't gotten there yet. And he has this momentum because you can see like the wind is blowing and he is like reaching for like this fiery something is out there that he's trying to grasp, whether it's a goal, whether it's a dream. But since these are both in reverse, Aries, I think at this full moon you're going to get a lot of insight into what it is that you've been trying to grasp, or maybe messages that you've been trying to get but you haven't been able to. I think that Aries, with you all, you also need to understand that since we were at the ending degree of Aries for this full moon, you might need to be patient with yourself for the messages to come. I think sometimes Aries, you're very impatient and you're just like, okay, I need to have the information now. You're just grasping for that next wand and it's just not coming as quickly as you would like. So I would say, Aries, be patient with yourself, but also watch your sun, moon, and rising sign in this video and see what other messages you can get around this theme. Okay, Aries, have a good full moon. Hi Taurus, welcome to your Aries full moon reading. Let's pull a few cards to see what your past and future look like for this Aries full moon. And Taurus, I was mentioning to another sign earlier, oh, you just had the Wheel of Fortune come out in reverse. So what I was actually going to say before that card just fell out is that many of you need to watch the 1010 portal. This just is like right in line with what I was going to say, is that 1010 portal, and especially because you got the Wheel of Fortune, there may be more messages for you in that reading, as well as Taurus, you're having an important eclipse coming up for you in November. So just keep that in mind as well as we move through this Aries full moon in October. Okay. Interesting that Wheel of Fortune came out, because you all must have some kind of turn of events that is occurring. Okay, so in the past, you have the Four of Cups. So some type of emotional energy, maybe somebody was trying to reach out to you, but you just weren't paying attention, or you just ignored it and you didn't take any of the intuitive messages. And in the future, look at that. You all have the Ace of Wheels. And that's actually you all, Taurus. You see that bull? So interesting that came up as well. So I think especially with this Wheel of Fortune coming out, there's some kind of twist of fate or something from the past. Possibly you weren't emotionally ready for someone before, but in the future, it looks like there's some type of resources possibly coming to you. Maybe someone is coming in to bring you maybe messages about a job. Maybe you're coming into money. But I don't think it's going to be immediate since this is in reverse. But since you are actually showing up in your own reading, Taurus, with this bull, there is this forward momentum energy from the past. It's like you've left this behind. Maybe you're now on a new, at a new job. Maybe you now have the resources that you need and you are no longer worried about the past. And especially with this Wheel of Fortune though, it's interesting that this Wheel of Fortune, you can see that there's these two women and they are, one is in red and is like, has all this beautiful gold, while the woman on the left, she's like, you know, down in her luck and she's not really doing well in life. And so with it in reverse, there's like this energy of like, which way are you going to go? Are you going to worry about the past, or are you going to look to the future where it could be brighter? So there is this possibility of like the yin and yang of like, depending on how you look at life. I want you to take a look at that 1010 portal video, like I said, Taurus, because there's a lot of information about how you can step through that portal and figure out what it is that you need to get aligned with yourself. Because with that Ace of Pentacles or wheels in reverse, I'm sensing that maybe some money is coming, but almost like your emotions are holding it back. So take a look at that video, Taurus, and I hope you have a good Aries full moon. Hi, Gemini. Welcome to your Aries full moon reading. Let's take a look at how this energy is going to play out for you, Gemini. Okay. And make sure you take a look at your sun, moon, and rising signs to get a better holistic view of your Aries and full moon time. So you have the Strength card in reverse. So there looks like something that might not be in balance from the past that you're trying to get in balance. And then you have the Knight of Swords in reverse as well. So I can already tell before we get started, like since both cards are in the reverse, that you all are struggling with balance right now. And like Gemini, you all are all about like, you know, like this dichotomy between like the yin and yang. You all are the twins. And so it's like in this Libra sun energy, remember you have the sun, Mercury, and Mars in Libra at this time. And it seems like you're struggling with, since this is in reverse, you're struggling with trying to either balance, you know, yourself and someone else, or maybe you and your job. Like there's some kind of tug of war pull here. And with this Knight of Swords, it's almost like you're trying to get traction. I'm going to show it to you in upright position. You can see that this man is on his horse. He's like going, he's like wants to get there. He has like all this mental energy around like, I have to get it done. I have to do it now. But remember, with all this Mars energy, Gemini, this is not a good place to be for very long, because you're just going to get burned out and you're not going to be able to strike balance like you've been having in the past. So I would suggest that you take a look at the October full month ahead video here on Scorpio Soul Time and look at your sun, moon, and rising. Find out where it is that somewhere you're trying to push too hard. You're just like go, 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 and you're not thinking about like the consequences. And I think those videos might actually help you, as well as that 1010 portal video. See where this energy you can possibly more harness it, as opposed to just like flying off the handle. Because I think right now with that Mars energy, it's too much go, go, go. Like you're not able to think through what you need to get done in a timely manner, and you're not having a strike of balance. Okay, Gemini, have a good Aries and full moon. Hey, Cancer, welcome to your Aries full moon reading. Let's get to it and see what is going on with you in this Aries and full moon. Aries full moon. I like keep saying Aries in full moon. Let's see what's going on with you all, Cancer. Let's pull a past and a future and see what we are working with. Okay, Cancer, so for the past, you have the 5 of Cups. So something you have worried about, something is just not, you've been focusing too much on things that you have no control over, okay? And then you have the 9 of Wheels or 9 of Pentacles in reverse. So something in the past, Cancer, may have hurt you, or you've been focused too much on that energy. I like this depiction, how he's holding on to this red ribbon as if like there's this fiery piece of him that's still holding hope onto something, but you're more focused on the cups that have turned over rather than the cups that are sitting upright. So in this time, Cancer, I want you to figure out what it is that you're holding on too tightly to and focus more on what you do have as opposed to what you don't have. With this 9 of Wheels in the future, there is this positive energy though of maybe you've gotten over this, or maybe you're healing from this because you are enjoying the fruits of your labor with this 9 of Wheels. She's she's out in her garden. She's enjoying, you know, the beautiful trees and all of the fruits of her labor. But since it's in reverse, it's almost like you're having troubles being able to focus on what you need to focus on. The 5 of Wheels is like the 5 of Cups is like you were emotionally distraught and you kind of want to get to this place, but you're not there yet. So in this Aries and full moon, Cancer, I think it would be a good idea for you all to take a look at your moon, sun, and rising signs. Also go back to that 1010 portal video and see what is it that you are still holding on too tightly to, because you want to be able to get to this 9 of Wheels and you want to be able to turn it upright and be able to enjoy where you're at in your life and where you are at, and not concentrating on the past. But Cancers, you know, you are one of those signs that you tend to have a very big heart and you tend to be very intuitive and emotional. And I don't want this 5 of Cups to rear its head here in the future. Okay, Cancer, good luck to you all in your Aries full moon. Hi Leo, welcome to your Aries and full moon reading. Let's take a look at where this energy is going to be focused for you all. Since you all are a fire sign, you all might find that this Aries and full moon, there's a lot of people around you that have like hot tempers, or maybe even you are like short-tempered. So just keep that in check during this Aries and full moon time. Information might come out around things you didn't remember or didn't know about during that Mercury retrograde. So let's see what is playing out for you in this time. So in the past, you have the 3 of Wheels. So maybe something at your work that you were working on. Maybe you're in school. Maybe there's some kind of project you were working on, but maybe it's taking longer than you would like it to. And in the future, you have the 7 of Cups. So you have a lot of things going on with you right now. With both of these cards in reverse, I can tell that you all are kind of playing a waiting game at work or with some kind of project that you're trying to get going. If this was in the upright position, you can see this. He has a chisel and he's trying to make this artwork, and 3 of Wheels or 3 of Pentacles have to do with something you've been taking time to work on. You're trying to hone your craft, if you will. But since it was in reverse, it's almost like this is possibly in the past it was taking too long to, maybe a project is taking much longer than you would like it to. With this 7 of Cups in reverse, you can see like he has all these cups that he's trying to figure out how to move forward emotionally. Possibly something at work is creating this tension for you, or maybe you just have too many projects. Maybe you have too many, maybe your boss has just given you too much work and you're just trying to figure out, how do I like hone my craft, or how can I figure out how to use my energies in a better way. Especially with the Seven of Cups in the future, you also might be, how do you say it? You're trying to do too many things at once. So you might be trying to like do some things here, do some things there, but you're not able to hone your craft because you're splitting your energies. That's what I keep hearing, is splitting your energies. You're trying to do too much at once. So Leo, I would say, especially during this Aries and full moon, I think you're going to get a lot of illumination around what you need to focus on, as opposed to during, I think, that Mercury retrograde, you were kind of just like split everywhere, and you just like had a little piece of you in too many different places. Look also back at that 10/10 portal video, Leo, and look at your sun, moon, and rising, because I have a feeling like you might get some more insight as to where you need to put more of your focus, rather than you dividing your energies up so much. Okay, Leo, have a good Aries full moon. Hi, Virgo. Welcome to your Aries full moon video. You all are coming into a time that is very intuitive for you, Virgo. Make sure you pay attention to what it is that came up for you around your birthday month of this year, since we literally just came out of your sign just a month ago. Let's take a look at your past and future energies here at this full moon. Okay, so in the past, you had the High Priestess. So remember, I just said it was an intuitive time for you. The High Priestess is all about your intuition. And in the future, you have the Queen of Wheels, or the Queen of Pentacles. So this is a very interesting time. You have a lot of that. This was in reverse, but you have a lot of female, divine, feminine energy here. With the High Priestess, you definitely have like come into your own in terms of maybe messages coming in. Maybe you've had some powerful women in your life, whether it be a boss, a colleague, family members, a sister, an aunt. There definitely is some kind of like higher energy. And I like how she's like sitting out here with the moon, and then she has like these keys in her hand and this owl. So it's almost like this messages of information, intuitive, like connecting to someone. With it in reverse, maybe you've been having troubles honing in on that energy, and maybe it hasn't come as quickly as you would have liked it to. But with this Queen of Wheels in the future, I think that this is really positive energy, where it's almost like you're able to take the time to work on your craft, work on your job. Something here is like signifying like resources, money. Maybe someone important is going to come into your life that's a female, or a female representation, like maybe a mother, or someone is going to leave you an inheritance. There is like this energy of like you intuitively knowing or connecting with women in your life. And I think that this is an interesting time for you, Virgo, as you come into this Aries full moon. I want you to take a look at that 10/10 portal video, as well as the October month ahead, because I think you're going to get more insights for your sun, moon, and rising, to see how if you have some women in your life that are really important, maybe you're going to be connecting with your mother, a grandmother, an aunt. Maybe this is someone that you have a close friend of yours. You've been like feeling their energy. This is a really nice energy, Virgo. So I hope that you have a really good Aries and full moon, and let me know how this plays out in your October. Okay, thank you. Okay, you all, I hope you all have a good Aries full moon. Remember, a fiery climax approaches this month, so be careful around this October 20th time. Really keep your energies in check, and I hope you all have a great season. Bye.